Since we have a few new members, I'm just going to share an additional piece to our unboxing today. This is the driveway entrance, and you can kind of use it as a roundabout. It is, you can come in this way and go out that way, whichever way works for you. It's really okay, no rules. And then you just pull up and you'll be right at the walk-in cooler. And on the walk-in cooler, I've just added like a little picture box of what you saw in your email plus what's in your CSA, and if you have family share, what are the additional things you get. Hoping that's a little more helpful as you box everything up, just to make sure nothing is missing. Obviously we want you to get all this awesome stuff, so hopefully it's no mistakes made. And then you'll have your tote in here with your name on it, and you'll grab your share. Ooh, then you take your share back out into reality and you can open up your box. This is our couple share this week. We're just gonna have romaine. We had some fun garlics that are kind of these are Oregon blue variety, and they're a clustering garlic. They call these an artichoke variety, as you can tell for like the way that they kind of have different clusters looking like an artichoke. These are fine. They didn't get their final layer of skin that kind of closed everything in as one was really just staying really dirty, so I just peeled most of that off, which opens up these outer cloves. But the artichoke variety is still going to have lots of paper on the outsides of these, whether or not they're into that other layer of the coverage, so they're great to store still, or you can eat them right away. No big deal either way. A couple of sets of garlic. And then shiso. I gave you a reasonably big bag of shiso. You can freeze these to store them. You can just lay the leaves flat in a plastic bag and freeze them. Really, really simple. I would take them off the stem if you're gonna do that. But all these little leaves, like this is kind of two things happen here. When I have shiso, it's kind of like my chewing gum. It has just like a really nice coating flavor, like eating a chewing gum. It's just delicious and really, really refreshing. You can chop this up and eat it fresh. You can add it to any fried rice dish, definitely any kind of stir fry. You can make your own sushi with everybody at home and have it on the sushi or in the sushi, or lay it with the wrap rolls. There are so many recipes for using this. We even make a drink with it if you get really creative. It's gonna stay fresh for quite some time, and it's just so beautiful. Yeah, I definitely highly recommend eating some just really fresh as it is. Enjoy that like chewing gum deliciousness, like that just like refreshing mouth clean that you get. Definitely a favorite. And then carrots. You can eat the tops of your carrots. You can juice the greens. You can make a pesto out of the greens, like a quick make the pesto right as you're making the sauce, and then mix it all together. It makes a really good pasta dish. Fennel. I didn't give you the fennel fronds on this one because you got the fennel fronds on last week's, and I'm sure that you've used the fennel fronds. I'm sure you've used all your fennel fronds, and you probably don't want to use more right in a row. There's a lot, and I hope that you knew that you can take all the fennel frond little feathery parts off and chop and saute them and put them in your salad, put them in a dressing. You can save and freeze these. I dehydrate all of the tops because it makes a really lovely seasoning later in the season on fish dishes when you don't have fresh fennel around. I really love fennel. I shave the bulb just on like really thin mandolin. I shave it and add it to a salad. I will chop it and roast it. I think the flavor is just so surprising, so unique, and really delicious. Shallots. These are French gray shallot. What I love about these is they're really hard paper on the outside. Unlike a lot of onions, it feels more like a garlic, really. And you can kind of like peel it and clean it, and it's a delicious fresh onion on anything you put it on top of your scrambled eggs, with your roasted potatoes, on top of your veggies. I love this. I grew up not really loving onions, and so that put me on a search for really unique versions of onions, because I feel like when you don't like something, you maybe don't like that version, and then you just have to keep searching for like a better variety. Like I don't like yellow onions as much as I like shallots, but I don't like red onions, and I like cipollinis, and I like, you know, I have varieties of onions that I love the flavors of, and some are just too aggressive for me. And then we did a few green tomatoes. I will put a link in here. I absolutely love a fried green tomato, and I don't know if you have ever had a fried green tomato, but you are gonna learn to make them. I am telling you, this is life-changing. It's just like an amazing, crispy, delicious dish, and you can't mess it up. Don't be afraid. You just are gonna slice, you're gonna bread and dredge and fry. Really, really simple, but I'll have a recipe in the text as well. And then we did a couple jalapenos. I do love a good jalapeno. And if you didn't get 2 in your box for some reason, there'll be a box of jalapenos on the shelf over here, and you can just take a few extra. I don't care. I hope you enjoy them. And then for plums, these plums came from my friend Heidi at Heidi's Fancy Goods. You had her blueberries this season already, and she has a big farm of stone fruits. These are really, really ready. And I know this sounds crazy, but my favorite way to eat plums is to literally put the whole thing in your mouth and kind of enjoy all the flavors, and then I spit the pit out. And I was told yesterday that no one else eats them like that. So I guess I'm sharing like an insider hack for not getting messy while eating plums. And that is our couple share for this week, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so that was our couple share. And the family share additionally got some cucumbers, which are like reasonably good sized cucumbers. They just look tiny next to the zucchini. And then you got zucchini. If you got a zucchini that's too big and you'd like a smaller zucchini, you can take a couple zucchinis, whatever you like. They are also on the shelf over there by the eggs. If you're at the CSA pickup sites, I made sure those are a bit more like moderately sized, but the on-farm pickups, you have some choices to shuffle. And then you should have gotten at least 3 jalapenos in your family share. And then our Marvel of Venice beans. I hope you're enjoying these beans so much. And if you do get any bean pods that are, like the beans might be too big, I don't think I really have that many. It'd be way bigger than this, but if you do, I just wanted to make sure you knew that you can open these up and eat the beans inside. They're quite delicious, just as a bean. And then another romaine. So you'd have 2 romaines, and then zucchini additionally. And then your cucumbers and jalapenos and beans. And that is the family share in addition to what you would get in the couple share. And then you can leave your totes over by the cooler there or in a stack here. As long as they're, I mean, if they're left in the cooler, I don't care. But as long as they're outside, it does help me to know that everybody is come and pick up their share. Sometimes the cooler is like full of totes and I'm worried that everyone has forgotten to pick up their shares. So there you go. And then you can say hi to Stormtrooper when you come visit, and we'll see you guys at your pickups. Bye bye.